eat it, they'll be like, say what? It's vegan? So yeah. Hey guys, it's your girl, Chef Joya, and welcome back to another episode of Say What? It's Vegan. Now I heard y'all loud and clear. Y'all been wanting some Alfredo, and I got you. We're getting ready to make my Cajun chicken Alfredo pasta. Super easy, absolutely delicious, and it's dropping in the new cookbook that's coming out soon. Let's get to it. So to get started with this recipe, we're gonna go ahead and add some oil to our skillet. You can use whatever kind of oil you like, whatever you have on hand will work. So we're gonna get this heated up, and then we're gonna use some vegan chicken and sausage. If you have vegan shrimp, you can absolutely use that. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to our pan. Let's let that sizzle. We're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the Worcestershire sauce. Now y'all know y'all see this in every video. Why? Because I'm using meat substitutes, and all meat substitutes needed. I don't care how good you think it is, it needs some Worcestershire sauce to make those seasonings stick. Next, we're gonna use some Moe's blackened seasoning. You can use their Moe's Cajun spice, or you can use their blackened seasoning, but I wanna do like a blackened version of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that to it. And it's full of flavor. I'm not gonna need any other salt, pepper, garlic powder, any of that in there because it's already incorporated in this. So you gotta make sure it's toasted. Nobody want any bald head looking chicken or sausage. You need a little bit of crust on there, right? Because if you're eating this type of dish and it don't have any crust, people are gonna be skeptical, right? Even though it's vegan, they're gonna be like, is that even done? All right, so now that this has an amazing crust formed on the chicken and the sausage, it's time for us to go ahead and pour this out. And yes, we're pouring out along with the oil because we need that oil, right? It gotta be a little greasy, creamy, you know? If you're looking for this to be super healthy, it's not. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take our veggies. This is just some garlic, some white onion, some bell pepper, so green bell pepper, and we also have some red bell pepper strips. And so we're gonna add this to our pan. Ooh, I love that sizzle, y'all. Wanna add that with a little bit more of that blackened season because we want our vegetables to be seasoned as well. So we're gonna add a little bit more of that. And we're gonna give this a nice stir. Now we're just gonna cook this literally for about maybe 2 minutes just to soften these vegetables because we don't want these to overcook because we're actually gonna add this back to our sauce. So we don't want it to be too mushy, all right? So our veggies are done. So let's go ahead and put this right back on the same plate, or you can even put it in the same bowl if you want as your vegan meat, so it's all gonna go back in at the same time. Have your fettuccine, your penne pasta, whatever type of pasta it is that you're gonna use, make sure you already have that going and a little bit of vegetable stock and some salted water because remember your pasta is going to absorb the flavor of the water. All right, so now we're getting ready to make my favorite part, which is the sauce. We're gonna add some vegan butter to this, and you can use as much or as little as you like, but the more the better, all right? So we're gonna add some of this vegan butter down to it, and we're gonna use the same pan. Now we can use one pot for this entire recipe, so hey, who ain't gotta mess up a whole bunch of dishes? Not us. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add some white wine, a little bit of Chardonnay wine, or Pinot Grigio, whatever it is that you have. And then we're also going to go ahead and add some fresh lemon juice. So we're gonna add all of this now. And I know you're thinking like, Chef, why are we using this at the end? Because we want this to reduce out and cook and get real good into it. So we're gonna squeeze all that lemon juice in here, and I'm trying to catch these seeds. So now we're gonna go ahead and build our Alfredo sauce. Now I know you see a lot of Alfredo sauces on the internet, but you ain't never seen nothing like mine. And I'm gonna show you how I do it the ultimate way, okay? So we're gonna add a little bit of flour to make our roux. And we're also gonna go ahead and add some tapioca starch. Now you'll see me cook with tapioca starch very often. This is because it gives a lot of stretch and pull, especially like if you're making any type of cheese sauce or any type of cheese-based recipe, you need to have that stretch because flour just ain't gonna do it, right? Flour will thicken it up for you, but it's not gonna give you that stretch that you need. So we're gonna go ahead and whisk that in. We're gonna make sure we get it nice and incorporated so we don't have any chunky sauce. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of milk to this, just so we can get this blended down smoothly. And we're just gonna add a little bit of milk at a time until we get this really smooth, okay? And y'all know your girl don't measure, so if you be like, Chef, how many cups of milk are you using? Probably 3. And also you wanna make sure that your milk is at almost room temperature, so take it out about an hour before you actually start making this recipe. And most of you all just know milk, flour, and good old nutritional yeast that people use way too much of, all right? So I'm gonna get those base ingredients out the way because you see that all over the internet, right? So it could be just like this, and yes, not saying that this version is not good just like that, but it's not as good as mine, all right? I'm teaching y'all how to change people's lives out here. Be like, ooh, I can eat vegan too. All right, so for our other ingredients we gotta go ahead and add our little Worcestershire sauce. Then we're gonna add some hot sauce, a couple dashes. No, we're not making it spicy, but you know they go together. Then we're gonna add a little bit of that Dijon mustard. Next, we're gonna use some of my golden chick. Now this has all the spices in it that you need. It has a lot of Italian flavor spices in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And it also has salt, pepper, garlic powder, and all that good things as well. So we're gonna add a little bit of that golden chicken. I did say a little bit, but that was probably a lot, but it's a little to me, all right? Then we're gonna add my little ranch packet. Now this is the thing, if you ain't used no ranch packet, anything that you make that's Alfredo-like, go get your whole life, all right? You can use whatever brand you like, just make sure it's vegan. And we're gonna go ahead and mix that around in here because that's gonna hype up the flavor as well. The next thing we're gonna do is add a little bit of vegetable bouillon to this. And even for more creaminess, your girl's gonna add some vegan cream cheese to it. And then we're gonna be even more extra. I'm gonna take some vegan Gouda. All right, so this is the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda. So we're gonna add some of this blackened Cajun seasoning to it. All right, because all the flavors are in there. All right, so now we're gonna add our fettuccine pasta to this. All right, let's just add most of all of our veggies, all right? Because I did chop up a lot of red bell pepper because I like a lot, all right? But we're gonna make sure we get all the onion and garlic in there. Ooh, look at me. Ah, it's so creamy. All right, so look, remember I told you that meat juice is reserved, the vegan meat juice? We're gonna let that pull. Look at that. Look, that just looks like greatness, all right? And we're gonna add all this to it, right? Drown it in cheese sauce. What I tell you about your noodles? You want your noodles to what? Drown. Drown your noodles. So we're getting ready to serve this up. I'm gonna put this on a rimmed plate because I am greedy and I want a lot of it. This dish is going to be great for anybody transitioning vegan, thinking about being vegan. If this is your first vegan meal, if this is your last vegan meal, honey, this is just a really great meal. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to it. We'll add a little bit more Parmesan. You can mix it and melt it, but I just wanna add this on top. Parsley. You see how that green just make everything pop like boom, bam, bing, like eat me. I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon to mine. And then sit that right there on the side just so it can look pretty, like boom. And we're gonna take some more of those red bell peppers that we cut in strips. I cut a few of them and a little bit of dice. You know, she's talking about, you ain't never seen no black and Cajun creamy chicken pasta like this, all right? All right, my favorite part, your favorite part. Let's go ahead and taste it. So I gotta make sure I get some of everything in there. Ooh, let's get it. But this is the recipe that is going to change your life. Make sure you try it out. If you're not already following me, what are you doing? Better go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend where you're gonna find the best vegan recipes. I'm Chef Joya. This is Say What Is Vegan. Ciao.